My first impression of Luka Doncic was wow.
I like skinny Luka. I'm also nervous for skinny Luka.
Luka Doncic is that one hooper who does not look like your typical basketball supervillain, but somehow he's the one ruining everybody's night. You look at him and think, he doesn't jump that crazy, he doesn't run that fast, what's the big deal? Then you check the scoreboard, he's got like 30-something points, almost a triple-double, and your team is getting packed.
It's always a great challenge. I don't think I've ever won against him.
But Luka is, I mean, for somebody who has the ball in his hands as much as he does, and he controls the whole game with his pace. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets a good shot up every time down. That's rare for somebody who had the ball all game like him. So
the league has tried all kinds of answers. Bigger defenders, faster defenders, switching everything, trapping him, sending double teams from weird angles, and at the end of the day, it usually ends the same way. Luka still gets to his spots, still controls the game, and still walks off looking like he might go grab a snack, not like he just destroyed world-class athletes. What makes Luka so scary isn't just one thing. It's not just the step back, not just the size, not just the passing. The real problem is that everything comes together in one package.
You know, it's crazy and watching Luka's game, because I've been sitting on the floor these couple games, and as a fan, forget check the basketball player, his shot looks like it's easy to block, but it's not. Like Adam, he's out there, he's not fast, he's not slow, he's just going doom. When he gets to that turnaround, like it just,
yeah.
Dirk was like that. I think Bird was like that. You know, also like that. Chris Mullin was like that. Played at his own pace and put a shot right in front of your face, and you could never get it. He's incredible.
Yeah, he is.
And on top of that, he's got a basketball brain that's borderline unfair. This dude sees the game like a chessboard. Before he even catches the ball, he already knows who's out of position, where the help is coming from, which defender is leaning the wrong way, who's one step late on the rotation. A lot of guys need to touch the ball and then start reading. Luka is reading first, catching second. That's why he always looks one or two moves ahead.
It's always a great challenge. I don't think I've ever won against him.
But Luka is, I mean, for somebody who has the ball in his hands as much as he does, and he controls the whole game with his pace. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets a good shot up every time down. That's rare for somebody who had the ball all game like him. So
he's not just reacting to what the defense does. Half the time, he's making the defense react to him. And the crazy part, he does all of this while moving at a speed that would get most players yelled at by their coach. The modern NBA is full of guys who play like they've got rockets in their shoes, jaw flies, fox sprints. Prime Westbrook looked like he was trying to dunk through the backboard. Luka comes down the floor like he just woke up from a nap. Slow dribbles, calm face, no rush. Defenders see that and think, all right, I'm going to speed this dude up. I'm going to get into him. They pick him up full court, bump him, reach, talk trash, try to turn the pressure up, and absolutely nothing changes.
He's definitely one of the smartest players that I've seen.
Luka?
Yeah, definitely. Luka had a first big year. He had a first big year, so, really, really talented, really talented.
He stays at the same pace. He never looks panicked. You cannot get him out of his rhythm. Coaches literally say, you cannot rush this guy. The game feels fast for everybody else. For him, it's like he's on 0.75x speed, just chilling. But let's be honest, if he was just smart and slow, he'd be an annoying role player, not an MVP level star. The next part of the Luka cheat code is his body. This man is basically a big guard. Tall, strong, heavy enough to make you feel it when he leans on you. He might be listed as a point guard, but he's built a lot closer to a small forward, and he uses every kilo. Put a smaller guard on him, and it gets nasty quick. He doesn't need to spam 15 dribble moves. He'll just turn his back, put that shoulder into your chest, and walk you down. You're trying to slide, trying to stay in front, but physics is not your friend. You're eating bumps every step, your balance is gone, and while you're fighting for your life, he calmly takes a step back and hits a little fadeaway like it's a shoot-around. What makes it worse is how good he is at using his body as a shield.
The swag he play with is crazy. Like I think the best part is when he starts calling out what he's gonna do.
No way.
Because it takes like, you gotta be really nice to do that.
Like that's some Larry Bird shit.
Oh yeah, like I'm finna go down, I'm gonna post up, one leg feint. Like, yeah, watch what I do to him.
Once he gets his chest or his shoulder between you and the ball, good luck getting back into the play without fouling. He's constantly putting his body between the defender and the ball, like he's boxing you out in the middle of a drive. That's why defenders say he makes them feel unathletic. You can be strong, explosive, quick, doesn't matter. If he wins the angle and the contact, suddenly you look slow. Even when his shot looks a little off balance, it still drops because he created enough space with the bump and enough time with his patience. In the post, he looks like a mix of old school and new school. He'll back you down, feel where you're leaning, fake one way, spin the other, and then break your heart with that one-leg fadeaway. You see that shot and immediately think about Dirk. Same team, same nasty one-leg jumper. Dallas really went from one European killer with a one-leg fade to another one who can do that and everything else. And defenders know it's coming too. It's not a surprise. But when a shot is that smooth and that well-practiced, sometimes perfect defense still isn't enough. So then teams get cute and say, all right, we're not letting him bully small guards. We'll switch a big onto him. On paper, that sounds smart. In real life, that's how you end up on a Luka step-back mixtape. When a big man switches onto Luka, you can almost see the thought bubble pop up over his head. Dinner time. He faces up, gets a feel for how you move, gives you one or two slow dribbles to sleep, and then bang, step back three. What really hurts is that everybody knows that step back is coming, that left side step back is famous. Defenders have seen it on film, on scouting reports, on YouTube, probably on their own Instagram feed, and yet when he does it in real time, it's still so clean and so quick that your contest is always a half second late. He doesn't jump crazy high, he doesn't need much space, just enough to see the rim. That's all he needs.
The confidence and the pace that he plays with. It's funny, a lot of people forget he's been a pro, overseas. So the game, they usually say that the game slows down for you, but it's already slow for him. He knows the reads, he knows everything.
A lot of players have compared his step back and shot making to guys like Larry Bird or Chris Mullin in the sense that it doesn't look super athletic, but you just can't stop it. Bird didn't look like a track star. He still gave people 30 while talking trash the whole time. Dirk didn't look like he should be hitting fadeaways over 7-footers in the finals, and yet he did. Luka is in that same lineage. The shot doesn't look flashy, but it's deadly. And the funniest part is, if you overplay that step back, if you sell out to stop it, he'll just read that and go the other way, teardrop floater, step in for a mid-range, or drive straight to the rim and put his body on you again. Pick your pain. Now, if you're a coach, at some point you say, we can't let this guy play one-on-one all game. We got to send help.
Luka in the 5 games he's played, ladies and gentlemen, MVP numbers. He's averaging 40.
That's when things get really dark because Luka might be just as dangerous as a passer as he is as a scorer. And that is not an exaggeration. You send a second defender and he turns into a quarterback with crazy vision. He doesn't panic when the double comes. He doesn't pick up his dribble early and spin in circles. He keeps his dribble alive, keeps the defender on his back, and waits for anyone, to mess up a half step too far in from the weak side. Corner 3. Big man helping too high, lob to the roller, defender trying to hide behind the big, bounce pass through the gap. He throws no-look passes, behind-the-back dimes, cross-court lasers. You watch the replay like, how did he even see that?
So I'm thinking like, damn, this dude is good. Do I belong? That's the type of doubt that I put in my mind. Like, this dude he was that good.
His teammates literally talk about having to be ready at all times because the ball can find them from anywhere. That's why coaches say he's one of the hardest players to scout in the league. You can't just say, D, take away his right hand or force him off the three-point line, like you do with some stars. Take away the three, he kills you in the paint or the post. Pack the paint, he beats you with step backs and pull-ups. Double him, and suddenly everyone else on his team looks like prime Klay Thompson because they're getting wide-open shots. Every defensive idea you have comes with a big butt at the end when Luka is involved.
It's always been his pace. It's never been a game be like, okay, well, you can speed me up. He can speed me up. Okay, this bigger guy can be more physical. Okay, the smaller guy can get up underneath me. It's like he moves at his own pace.
And then you add his pick and roll game on top of all that. Luka in pick and roll is straight up evil for defenses. When he comes off a screen, he's got every option in the bag. If the big drops back, he can walk into a pull-up 3 or stop for a floater. If the big comes up too high, he snakes the dribble, keeps the big on an island, and either finishes or draws a foul. If the help steps in from the corner, that ball is flying to the shooter before the help even knows they messed up. It's the same type of torture Jokic gives you from the top of the key, but Luka does it more from the perimeter as a guard. No matter how you play the pick and roll, there's always something open, and he's smart enough to find it.
Who the best one-on-one player in the league right now?
Kyrie.
What? Slow down. Whoa. What?
I got Kyrie. I got
out of my mouth too.
How you gonna say that with Luka?
Luka?
Luka, boy?
Nah.
Now, let's talk about something that doesn't show up on film, but players talk about a lot. Luka's understanding of human reactions. One former player said something like, he's mastered how humans react on defense. And that's such a good way to say it. He knows that if he pump fakes, your body wants to leave the ground. He knows that if he shows you the ball, your hand is going to reach. He knows that if he leans into you, you're going to push back instinctively. So he uses all of that against you. Pump fake, you jump, he leans in, foul. Show the ball low, you swipe, he brings it back high and goes around you. Lean his shoulder into your chest, you try to hold your ground, and in that split second, your feet are stuck and he's already taken the shot.
I like Luka.
Luka damn near 6'7". They can't guard Luka, Lord.
He's not going to go to the rack every time.
6'7", bro.
The craziest thing is, this is the kind of stuff we usually talk about with older legends like late career Kobe or MJ in the 90s, guys who had seen everything and were just playing mind games at that point. Luka is doing this kind of mental warfare in his mid-20s. It helps that he's been playing pro ball since he was like 14 to 15. He grew up facing grown men in Europe, seeing weird defenses, junk coverages, double teams, all of that. By the time he got to the NBA, he wasn't surprised by anything. That's why coaches say he's so hard to game plan for.
I said, Luka looks like he's mastered his skill.
If you think you've come up with something clever, chances are he's seen a version of it already and has a counterweighting. And just so you don't think we're overhyping him off vibes only, let's look at what he's doing right now this season. As we're talking, Luka is putting up around 34.4 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 8.9 assists per game. That's not a typo. That's not a video game on Rookie. That's real NBA numbers. He's leading the league in scoring, and he's top 5 in assists while still almost averaging a triple-double. Think about that for a second. There are guys who'd build a whole career off one season like that, and for Luka, it just feels like the next level up in his normal progression. Now, when you zoom out and look at his career as a whole, it gets even crazier. Over his career, he's sitting at about 28.7 points, 8.6 boards, and 8.2 assists per game. That alone is wild, but here's the part that sounds like a fun fact someone made up. With that 28.7 points per game, Luka is currently third in NBA history in career scoring average. Only Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain are ahead of him. Read that again? When you make a list of who scores the most points per game ever, it goes Jordan, Wilt, and then Luka. That's it. That's the list. So when people say he's already on a historic pace, that's not clickbait. That's literally what the numbers say. And it's not just points. When you talk about guys who fill every column on the box score, Luka is already sitting at the big boy table too. By now, he's stacked over 80 career triple-doubles and is already top 10 all-time in NBA history in that category, rubbing shoulders with names like Magic, LeBron, Jokic, Westbrook, and Oscar. On top of that, he even owns the record for the most consecutive 30-point triple-doubles in league history with a streak of 6 in a row. 6 straight games where he didn't just get a triple-double. He dropped 30+ while doing it. That's not good week numbers. That's, are we sure this guy is human? Numbers. So when you line all of this up, top 3 all-time in points per game, top 10 all-time in triple-doubles already, leading the league in scoring this season while almost averaging a 35-point triple-double. You start to see why people are already whispering his name next to the legends. Jordan had the killer scoring. LeBron had the all-around control. Bird had the brain and the swag. Jokic has the I see everything playmaking. Luka is out here taking a little piece from each of those archetypes and mashing it into one player in an era where the league is as talented as it's ever been. If a guy is top 3 ever in scoring average, top 10 ever in triple doubles, and in this season he's leading the league in scoring while running the whole offense like a point guard, at what point do we stop saying nice young star and start saying future all-time great? Are we already there? Do you think Luka is on a path to sit at the same table as MJ, LeBron, Kobe, and the rest when it's all said and done? Or do you still need to see more playoff runs and rings before you go that far? Let me know in the comments, because the numbers are already screaming, and the eye test is just backing them up. Luka isn't just putting up cute stats. He's literally climbing into the same statistical neighborhoods where only legends live. And if Luka keeps up something close to those numbers for the next 8-10 years, where do you rank him all time? Are we talking one of the best of his generation level? Of course, we can't leave out the mental side and the swag. Luka isn't just effective, he's entertaining. He laughs, he talks, he complains to the refs, he jokes with his teammates, and he'll absolutely talk to you while he's cooking you. There are stories about him telling defenders what he's about to do. I'm going to the post, one leg fade, and then doing exactly that. That's some video game villain energy right there. If that happened to you at the local gym, you might retire from basketball on the spot. And when the game gets tight, his confidence doesn't shrink, it grows. 2 minutes left, game on the line, he wants the ball. Everyone in the arena knows it, and he still finds a way to get a clean look or create an easy shot for someone else. That's the same energy we saw from guys like Kobe, MJ, peak LeBron, that give me the ball and move aura. There's even this funny thing players talk about, heavy Luka versus slim Luka. Early in his NBA years, he had a little more weight on him. Some defenders say that version was even more brutal to guard because every bump felt like he was dropping a fridge on your chest. Over 4 quarters, that wears you down. Now he's trimmed down more, but he didn't lose the strength, he just added better conditioning. So instead of dying from the weight alone, now you're dying because he can keep attacking you for the whole game without looking as gassed. Either way, it's pain. There is no patch update where Luka becomes easy to guard. At the end of the day, trying to stop Luka Doncic is like trying to pass an exam where the teacher wrote the questions, marked your answers, and already knows which mistake you're going to make before you make it. You put a small guard on him, he takes him to the post. You put a big on him, he pulls him out and hits the step back. You don't send help, he scores. You do send help, he turns into a playmaking demon and gets his teammates paid. He's big enough to bully you, skilled enough to shoot over you, smart enough to outthink you, and confident enough to do it all in slow motion while talking to you about it. So here's what I want to know from you. If you had to guard one star for a full game, Luka, Steph, LeBron, or Jokic, who are you absolutely not picking? Who is your personal nightmare matchup? And where do you rank Luka right now in the league? Top 5, top 3, or already knocking on that best player in the world door? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear what you think. Your feedback helps me make even better stories for you, so don't be shy. If you're enjoying ball stories so far, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Peace.